Meanwhile, BRICS nations have united against these Trump tariffs. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar addressed a virtual meeting today, which was hosted by Brazilian President Lula da Silva. In a veiled response to the Trump tariffs and what we've been seeing over the last couple of months or so, Dr. Jaishankar reminded that economic practices in the 21st century must be fair, transparent, and to everyone's benefit. He also asserted that the focus is on stabilizing international economy and the world order, and it's not about replacing the existing world order. It's just about having a more fair and equitable distribution of the global trading order.
Even in the past, our endeavor has been to find common ground between our respective national policies and to act on that basis. Today, the focus is on stabilizing the international economy and the world order. But it is equally essential that we turn our attention to ongoing conflicts, not least because they have direct developmental and supply chain implications. Furthermore, as we head towards the next UN General Assembly session, the world as a collective is seeking a stable and predictable environment for trade and investment. At the same time, it is imperative that economic practices are fair, transparent, and to everyone's benefit. Trade patterns and market access are today prominent issues in the global economic discourse. The world requires constructive and cooperative approaches to promote trade that is sustainable.
All right, I want to just home in on that point that the External Affairs Minister made. This is his address to the BRICS summit. It was a virtual summit. It was convened by the Brazilian President Lula da Silva. This is what the External Affairs Minister has said, and I quote, "The international trading system is based on the foundational principles of open, fair, transparent, non-discriminatory, inclusive, equitable, and a rules-based approach with special and differential treatment for developing countries. India strongly believes that this should be protected and nurtured. Selective protection cannot be a global answer." I want to go across to Siddhant. Siddhant, so the minister, again, being very careful not to name America, not to name Donald Trump, simply saying that the global trading system has to be fair, transparent, non-discriminatory, equitable, and inclusive, and India is a big votary of that. How do you read it?
Well, that's right, Zaka. It's a very well articulated remark by EAM S Jaishankar. And as you rightly said, on one end where this address talks about economic practices need to be fair, transparent, and for everyone's benefit. In fact, EAM did underline the importance of increasing barriers and complicating transactions, rules-based approach for international trading system. In fact, EM also mentioned that how some of the biggest trade deficit that India has is with the BRICS country, perhaps without naming China. EM did mention that. At the same time, at the very start of his remark, Zaka, he did speak about the impact of ongoing conflict in Europe and West Asia on the global, on the geopolitics, and also, how this volatility in trade and investment flows, extreme climate events, and slowing down of the SDG agenda. So it's a very well articulated remarks by EM S Jaishankar, and also, Zaka, very important to highlight that India did not participate at the leaders level. India nominated EM S Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs, to represent India's position at the BRICS virtual meet, perhaps again messaging to the United States.
All right, so the Foreign Minister making it clear that India believes in a fair, inclusive, and equitable trading system, and that India is a ardent proponent of that, and it should not be changed or appended in any form or fashion. Like I said, he's not named America, nor named President Trump, but I think the signaling was very, very clear.